right, good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back here to the Nation Network. Tonight, it is like nothing you've ever seen before. We are 48 hours away from what promises to be an amazing night of professional wrestling at Madison Square Garden. But before we get there, we're going to start right here, and I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a night ahead of you you won't believe. Later tonight, we're going to see The Undertaker in action.
Yeah, well, the dead man, call him what you will. He's proven time and time again that he is something to absolutely behold. Nobody seems to have his number. He stands head and shoulders above most men stepping through the squared circle. And tonight, we'll see if he can get the job done.
Indeed, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be here. We're going to see the continued battle between Demolition and the Hart Foundation. It'll be singles competition here tonight, however, for those two individuals.
Well, you can say it's singles competition if you want to, but at the end of the day, keep in mind, all four of those dudes seem to find a way once in a while to get together. It won't just be one-on-one, not in my opinion.
We'll find out, and we won't have to wait long for that, I can tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send you to ringside for our opening contest. Oh, things kick right off. The referee just got taken out.
Well, this battle for the title of King of the Ring, if you will. You've got King Jerry Lawler, and then you've got King Harley Race. Everybody here thinks they're the king. Look at this.
Pile driver. Jerry Lawler, and he gets up.
Well, first off, Jerry Lawler, normally the one that hits with a pile driver. Harley Race tried to make an example, I believe, but this thing is broken down right off the bat.
Oh my goodness, these guys are we're gonna need military out here to keep them apart. This is absolutely off the hook.
Well, it's been bad blood, but at this point in time, I don't know that I've seen it much worse with anybody. You talk about all the great rivalries of all time. Right now, this one's heating up and might turn out to be one of the best.
These two men, both tough, both legends in their own right.
And they're both kings.
Well, they believe they are, and I guess that's half the battle, isn't it? Jerry Lawler has gone by the moniker of King of Wrestling for quite some time. Significantly longer, I might add, than Harley Race.
Well, Harley Race may not have called himself the king, but you know what? He's a former world heavyweight champion, and that makes you a king in a certain sort of way.
Knee comes up, and Lawler stunned. Big fist right to the forehead. And I'll tell you what, both of these guys not at all shy about unloading.
Well, the two of these guys, they're absolutely comfortable bending and breaking the rules, which is something that I personally like a lot.
Yes, indeed. We know you do. Lawler now perched on the top rope. Axe handle to the head, and Harley Race is down. There's the cover, hooks the leg, gets one, two, and almost got him.
Well, close counted, then it would be a win, but as we all know, close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, and we're not doing none of that here tonight, at least not as far as I know.
Yeah, we're going to keep the hand grenades to a minimum. Oh, from the top rope again, Lawler went for that fist and nobody home.
What a wily veteran move right there on the part of Harley Race. Baited him in, got him to come off that top rope.
And now Harley Race going for the cover, hook and a leg, gets a 2 count. It'll be this Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, the World Wrestling Federation live here on the Nation Network, coming to you from Madison Square Garden. You will not want to miss this one. Hulk Hogan in the main event, challenging the Macho Man Randy Savage. Here's a cradle, and he got him. No!
He didn't get him there.
Referee says he kicked out.
I don't know about that one. Looked to me like Harley Race pulled off the victory. Perhaps this referee needs to have his eyes checked.
Nice hip toss right there. And Harley Race again, wearing Jerry Lawler down. Want to welcome everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network.
Prime Time's in the house. Judd 3300 is here as well.
Tom Hood joining us. Welcome, gentlemen. And stomps ahead, and look at it. Jerry Lawler has been busted open.
Yep, Jerry Lawler split wide open, and now the blood's starting to flow, and that's something that's definitely going to play in favor of Harley Race. Now, at this point in time, maybe the referee has to decide to step in and do something about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is one hell of a gas going on there. Jerry Lawler, that could impede his vision. Oh, and he hammers one, and look at this! Now they're both busted open.
Well, we said earlier on that it's going to be hard to find a feud that's quite as big as this one right now. It's getting worse by the moment.
And now Lawler with a pile driver. In the middle of the ring, goes for the cover, gets 1, 2, he kicks out again. Harley Race will not be staying down.
Well, at this point in time, both of these dudes have to be asking the million-dollar question. What do we got to do to keep the other one down? And I have no idea.
Both men have hit with pile drivers, amongst other things, and now the blood flowing in Harley Race despite the injury, using his head as a weapon. Again, that cradle suplex, and Lawler down. He's got his hands grasped together to Jerry Lawler. It's done. King Harley Race with a big victory here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in the opening contest.
Well, both of these dudes really let it all hang out here tonight.
This back and forth feud continues, ladies and gentlemen, and I dare say we haven't heard the end of it yet. We'll be back with plenty more action. Stay with us. Attention wrestling fans, if you're having a great time here on the Nation Network, then we encourage you to go visit Dre 41 right after this program. Dre 41 with some of the greatest hockey action you've ever seen, featuring games from Japan that you won't see in the United States. Whether it's professional wrestling, boxing, or just an overall good time, get spicy with Dre 41.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Smash, representing Demolition from parts unknown. Weighing in at 271 pounds.
Well, we see the Demolition heading down towards the ring. Axe and Smash. Everybody trying to earn the #1 spot for the tag team titles here in the World Wrestling Federation. We know one thing, Demolition and the Hart Foundation will be going at it at Madison Square Garden, and the winner will be the #1 contenders. That has been determined. But before that, an opportunity to set the table, you might say. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the powerhouse of the Hart Foundation.
Representing the Hart Foundation, Nevada, weighing in at 281 pounds, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Well, Jim the Anvil Neidhart heading down to the ring, but one thing I've got to tell you that I've noticed right off the bat. Where's his tag team partner? Where's Bret the Hitman Hart at?
Well, I've got to believe that the Hitman is here somewhere in the facility. I don't know why he wouldn't be at ringside.
Exactly my point. You've got Axe and Smash together. How come you don't have the Hart Foundation together? Maybe there's a little rift amongst the two of them. What do you think?
I highly doubt that whatsoever. Oh, we're looking at a couple of powerhouses here. Axe getting ready to go up against the Anvil, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart with a tremendous suplex to kick us off here in this one. Axe retaliating with a cross-knee backbreaker. Both of these men very similar in style. Similar builds, both very powerful and strong.
Yeah, they have very similar styles indeed. They're not going to grapple you. They're going to outmaneuver you. They're going to beat you down. They're going to punish you. You got to remember, Jim the Anvil Neidhart used to be on the front line of the Oakland Raiders, and we all know how dirty they were.
Oh, look at this, a bear hug. Axe with a bear hug on the Anvil. Neidhart reaching deep down inside, and he's going to escape that hole. But boy, that was a close one. Axe firing back and dropping Jim Neidhart. The Anvil rolling out here to the floor at ringside.
Yeah, how many times have you ever seen somebody beat Jim Neidhart down like that?
Axe in control right now, taking a moment to acknowledge this crowd. I don't know how many of them are in his corner here tonight. Swing and a miss, and now the Anvil going to make him pay with a big atomic knee drop. Neidhart has him up and drops him across the apron.
Well, this one is starting to heat up right now. There's a lot of history between the two teams involved here tonight. And it is spilling out right now into this match. It is a carryover for sure. Look at the way he's humiliating him right there.
Rubbing the face of Jim the Anvil Neidhart into the canvas, going for the cover. And all he's going to get is a 1 count as Neidhart kicks out with authority.
Well, for the moment, maybe. Let's see how much kicking out with authority he does after a few more big slams like that one right there.
There's that double arm smash to the back. Axe truly living up to his name. There's an Axe attack, and no, he missed with that one. And now Neidhart going for a gut-wrench suplex. Takes him all the way over. And now, up in the air. Powerbomb perhaps. Brings him over to the guard. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, you gotta be kidding me.
Across the top of that steel guardrail, and he's still managing to compete somehow.
Yeah, I'm glad I never had to be on the receiving end of anything like that.
And now, Neidhart has got him in a Cobra Club, chains of Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, he doesn't have it on right. His left arm had to go underneath, and he didn't secure it properly, and that's why I believe that Axe was able to so easily get out of that maneuver.
Boots to the midsection, and now Axe has him up. Oh, there's that pile driver. We saw it earlier. And how effective that maneuver is.
Yeah, it's effective, all right. You're dropping a near 300-pound man right on his head.
And there's the neck breaker. Going for the cover. Hooking a leg one. He's got two. And it's a win. Demolition victorious here, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a moment. They're going to do some damage before Madison Square Garden. And there's Bret the Hitman Hart to make the rescue.
Well, now he shows up. Better late than never, I suppose. I hope he does a better job than that when we get to New York in 2 nights.
Fans, we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Wrestling fans, if you're enjoying the content here on the Nation Network, we encourage you to check out Blaised Radio. Join Blaze for his unique take on E-Fed Wrestling.
Hey, Walker. There's a shotgun stunner, but long through the table at the same time.
From 2K to AEW Fight Forever, as well as talk show podcasts and NFL Red Zone coverage.
I love that I can listen to football commentary where the important conversations happen, like the rack on the ref.
As soon as we're finished here, jump over to Blaze Radio and tell him Vince sent you.
Fans, we are back once again. This is Wrestleverse, where anyone goes, even if they're not on the roster. Look at this.
Triple H heading down to ringside to get a closer look at Stone Cold in action, going up against Joe Gacy of the Nexus of all things.
You gotta love 2K. Doesn't matter if they're on the roster or not, they can show up. Hell, they can sit right through the guardrail. Referee calls for the bell, and right out the door, Austin going for the cover. Gets a 1 count, and Joe Gacy is going to test the Texas rattlesnake here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely chaotic here tonight on Wrestling Challenge. What's it going to be like on Sunday?
Well, I can tell you something right now. It's going to be chaotic then as well, too, because, hey, have you been to New York lately? They're underwater.
Over the top rope and to the apron. Stone Cold Stunner off the apron. Joe Gacy just got it. Welcome to the club. And Austin here on the floor. Gacy thrown back into the ring. Referee getting in the way that time. Get a look at Triple H, why don't you? Joe Gacy staring down Triple H.
If I were Joe Gacy, I would pay full attention to the man in the ring right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin is a big enough problem for him.
Oh, that big pump kick right there to the head, and Austin catching one in the back as well. Gacy with some clubbing forearm shots right now. The heck is he doing here?
Well, this dude's a little bit different, and that's all part of Wrestleverse. You never know what's going to happen.
Boot to the midsection, and now Austin. Irish whip. Back out front, count caught with a big elbow. Austin setting him up and drives the point of the elbow right into the head of Joe Gacy. Into the turnbuckle, and Gacy going down, and now Austin focused on Triple H.
Well, he better pay attention to his opponent as well. Everybody wants to forget who the actual legal men are, and now look what happened. Exactly what I was talking about.
And just like that, Triple H disappears. You've got to love 2K and their attention to detail. Austin has him up. Drops him throat first across the top rope. And now Gacy in trouble, but he kicks out.
Well, Joe Gacy took advantage of an opportunity, and I can't blame him. It was Austin's mistake, turning his back to Triple H.
Power slam by the Texas Rattlesnake. Nicely done. And now Stone Cold Steve Austin with some words for Joe Gacy. Irish whip again into the ropes. Back out front. Drops down. Caught him with a knee right to the midsection.
Well, Gacy tried to move out of the way, but he wasn't successful in doing it. And now Stone Cold Steve Austin is the man in control.
Referee getting in the way of Stone Cold Steve Austin as he was trying to go to that turnbuckle.
Well, you don't want to get me started on referees because I've had about enough of all of them.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with a big suplex, and now Joe Gacy caught. There's press. Austin unloading. Covers. And it might be over. He got him. Stone Cold Steve Austin with a win.
Well, just when you think you've seen it all, look what happens.
Here is your winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We have not heard the last of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H, ladies and gentlemen. All roads lead to Sunday, October 1st. Madison Square Garden. You won't want to miss it, I can assure you that. We'll be back with our main event. Stick around.
Wrestling fans, right after this program is done, enter the danger zone. Jump over and check out Jayrox 73. Tell him Vince sent you.
All right, fans, we are back and ready for the main event of the evening.
Well, as we promised at the beginning of the show, the Undertaker will be here. And I believe I've just seen the temperature drop about 30 degrees in this room.
There is indeed a chill in the air when the Undertaker is present. And I never want to be the man standing across from the dead man.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Death Valley, weighing in at 330 pounds, The Undertaker.
Well, as we see the Undertaker heading up to the ring, I want to send a shout out to Juan Cordero, joining us here live on the Nation Network here tonight for Wrestling Challenge.
Indeed, welcome to everybody joining us here live tonight. A special live edition of Wrestling Challenge. 48 hours away from Madison Square Garden, it is going to be a night of professional wrestling that you will not soon forget. I can promise you that. We are ready to kick things off. Undertaker going up against Cedric Alexander.
Well, I don't like Cedric Alexander's odds here tonight, but you know what? Everybody that's in the match has a fighting chance, but it would take a major miracle and a huge upset, in my opinion, for him to pull that one off.
I agree wholeheartedly with the body. I don't see any real chance for Cedric Alexander going up against the Undertaker, but this is the World Wrestling Federation, and anyone goes. And managing to get out of the way, comes up with a big clothesline.
Well, I'll give credit where credit is due right now. Cedric Alexander doing the one thing he needs to do, and that's use his speed to his advantage.
Speed and high flying. Oh, he's got the Undertaker stunned. And speaking of stunned, oh, and he missed.
Well, Cedric Alexander tried to come over that top rope, and he came up short against the Undertaker. He's given up a lot of weight, too. It's like a 40-pound weight difference at least, if not more.
Undertaker is a huge individual, near 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, and it will take a superhero effort from Cedric Alexander to pull that one out. Undertaker stomping away now and choking him out right here in front of the referee.
How about that? How about that? When is the referee going to start putting a 5 count on the Undertaker? I mean, how do you have officiating if the official's afraid of the competitor?
Well, the Undertaker is indeed a fearful sight, and I can only imagine how much more intimidating it would be to be in the ring with him. Even as an official, Taker on that top rope, down with that sledgehammer to the head, and again hooking the leg. Cedric is in trouble. Oh, and he just barely got out of that one. Undertaker winding up that arm.
Oh, I think we're going to see a little bit of old school right now. Undertaker's going to walk the tightrope. The fact that a man that big, that size, is able to do something like that is absolutely mind-numbing to me.
Oh, Cedric Alexander able to get up. The shoulder comes out, and now the Undertaker signaling that perhaps the end is near. Oh, my goodness.
Can you believe what we just saw? The Undertaker, near 300 pounds, going flying over the top rope.
This is gonna be ugly. Undertaker taking him apart right now. As Cedric, gets out of the way. And now, Alexander coming up with some offense finally of his own. And he overshot the target.
Oh, now he's got the Undertaker backed up for a moment.
Into the turnbuckle he goes, and now the Undertaker just throwing him across the ring. That might be the end. It is. The Undertaker making short work. And hold on just a moment.
Now what?
Yokozuna is in the ring from behind. Yokozuna has dropped the Undertaker. Fans, we're out of time. We'll see you at Madison Square Garden.